Your boy here has been going through it as of late. I wish I could say life has been throwing me curveballs, but it feels more like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball high and inside every time I step to the plate. Now, I'm not going to waste your time wallowing in my sorrow. I'll save that for the podcast. Until then, I feel like I owe you guys a bit of an explanation as I went radio silent there for a bit. And the truth is, YouTube was crushing me. And I don't mean like I had creator burnout or whatever people always complain about. I used to dig holes in the summertime for a living. You can miss me with that bullshit. I mean that YouTube was crushing me in that some of my biggest videos that have been up for years, were getting demonetized. At one point, I remember counting that 7 out of my top 15 videos were affected. If you've been following along with the YouTube happenings as of late, you'll know that they changed their guidelines, and as usual, it's very confusing, it's very inconsistent, and it leaves creators very frustrated, as there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. Personal struggles aside, this matters for everyone. It's a really good example of how marketing and the platforms you use have a direct impact as to what you're exposed to. Everyone knows that these platforms like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram are trying to find videos that'll make the viewer happy. But what they forget is they're doing that so they can bring the viewer to an advertiser. For instance, they're not going to show an ad for Uber or Lyft in front of a video like mine that shows the downsides of Uber and Lyft. Instead, if Uber is a potential billion-dollar client, which it is, they'll just suppress negative videos about Uber. And this isn't to be mistaken as me saying YouTube is out to get me. I may be an artist, but I'm not delusional. There's a near 100% chance that this is the result of a computer recognizing millions of data points showing what is profitable and what isn't. But what no one seems to talk about, something that I didn't really grasp until I was in this situation, is how much it incentivizes creators to make things that they might not necessarily believe in, but that they think YouTube will allow and reward. And it's a vicious cycle. The more YouTube rewards that certain kind of content, the more that certain kind of content is made by creators, and round we go. Obviously, I want to make money from my videos, but even more frustrating for a mid-sized channel like mine is I get the overwhelming majority of my views from a handful of big videos. And not only do these big videos make up the majority of my view count, but it's these videos that help people find my channel in the first place and lead them to smaller, less popular videos. Some guy named Jimmy Donaldson, who's some sort of YouTube guru, explained this really well, way better than I can.
To do well on YouTube, you just need people to click your videos and watch them. That's literally all YouTube wants. And so if you get people to click your video 10% more and watch your video 10% longer than mine, you don't get 10% more views. You get like 4 times the views, right? So you have to think like an exponential, right? Like a 10% better video is 4 times the views, not 10% more views.
Right.
And so like once you understand that and you like funnel your energy better, it makes a big difference. So it's usually like just like don't make your video shit. Put in effort. Like put in way more effort. Like really hyper obsess over these videos. Like triple the amount of time you're putting into that video. Because you're not going to get triple the views. You're going to get 10x the views.
So if you think about that effect in reverse, when I lose a third of my views to demonetization, it's actually like I'm losing 10x of my views because of the reach and the impact that it has. And it is super frustrating when I put a ton of time and effort into a video that I know you guys will like, and then even have a little bit of data showing that you guys did like it, and then for reasons unexplained to me, YouTube pushes it down into the archives, never to be seen again. I can't tell you how many times I get comments from people who say they watch all of my videos, but YouTube stopped giving them notifications. I was told by a lot of people to go to Rumble, but the truth is I just love YouTube too much to let it go that easy. I even tried the Patreon thing for a second, but it wasn't for me. There's only so many hours in the day, so if I'm putting time into my Patreon, then my YouTube content's going to suffer. Then, because I wasn't putting a lot of time into Patreon, I had a hard time charging people for something that I know wasn't my best work. Now, I recognize I've had so many things go right for me in order to be in this position in the first place, so don't mistake this for me whining or complaining. It is what it is. I'm just trying to explain why I ghosted you guys. Point is, I had to take a step back from YouTube because I needed to make sure I could pay my bills, and YouTube was making it impossible to even supplement my income. Some of you guys may remember I couldn't even have a virologist, somebody who literally studies without getting flagged. And that wasn't even the most extreme thing to happen. Now that I'm posting again, 3 of my last 4 shorts got demonetized. talking about the logistics of rideshare. I don't know what I got to do to meet these guidelines, but if you think I'm going to roll over and die just because my view count is low, you got another thing coming to you. I just had to take a step back and figure out a new strategy. And part of that was finishing the book I've been putting off for ages because, well, I was focusing on YouTube. Long story long, I'm not going anywhere. Here's a couple videos you might have missed. And thanks for sticking with me, you guys. It's been a hell of a journey, and we ain't stopping yet. This will be a year that we won't forget. Oh, and I'm hoping to have the book out by summer. You will be the first to know.